Welcome to Vigorous Training and Supplementation. I'm Coach Steve, and I want to ask you guys to join in on this community experiment and see if diet tonic water and the quinine inside it can have a benefit regarding workout quality. So I've already started this experiment using regular Schweppes tonic water. So this has about 31 grams of carbs, of which 26 grams of sugar. I mean, it's in Thai, so I'm not really sure. Unfortunately for me, diet tonic water is not available here, and that's why I'm asking you guys to see if we can get some sort of comparative analysis between normal tonic water and diet tonic water and see if the carbohydrates contribute or don't contribute to the improvement in contractile capacity towards the end of the workout. Now, for you guys who don't know, maybe you've been following the news. Quinine, is recently getting quite popular because it's used in, anti-malaria medication. And it has been prescribed in certain scenarios against this whole pandemic. Those dosages range from like 500 milligrams to 2,100 milligrams, as an anti-malarial medication. And here, the content of tonic water is only 83 parts per million. Now, assuming that quinine has the same molecular weight as water, which it doesn't, but it just makes it easier to calculate, right? This would then contain 83 milligrams per 1 liter of tonic water. Now, this is 330 milliliters, so let's round that down to, let's say 30 milligrams of quinine, this contains about 30 milligrams of quinine. It has the same amount in diet tonic water. And, for the guys that ever experience nighttime leg cramps, tonic water is always prescribed or recommended to prevent nighttime cramps. So what it does is even a low dose of 30 milligrams helps to regulate electrolyte balance within the cell. And even if you don't take, care of your electrolyte intake, like us bodybuilders do, right? We focus on our sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, adequate amounts of water. Hopefully all the electrolyte intake is stable. You'll still lose a little bit while you're training, obviously, because you'll burn through the glucose, losing a little bit of potassium, a little bit of cell volume, a little bit of sodium that way. And when you're sweating your ass off, like I do, you lose even more electrolytes. So it's like a home remedy. You drink tonic water before bed. The quinine helps to regulate the electrolyte balance in your legs and everywhere else in the body, and thus prevents nighttime leg cramps. Now, I've brought diet tonic water with me to every bodybuilding show I've ever been to, even the ones where I had no clients in it, because this is basically a lifesaver, especially with the sodium in there, or with the carbohydrates in there, because what all these crazy competitive bodybuilders do? They take, 2 or 3 kinds of diuretics. Some are potassium sparing, some are loop diuretics. Put it all together. What happens, with the potassium loading and that kind of stuff. And what happens is serum potassium levels are sky high. Sodium gets depleted. They start cramping. By drinking a little bit of carbohydrates and fluid, they're actually able to reduce their potassium, serum potassium levels by storing a little bit of potassium with the glucose as glycogen. And then the quinine helps to regulate, the electrolyte balance within the cramping muscle. Now, the sodium, the potassium, the calcium, magnesium, and the phosphorus is all relatively in balance, and there's no more cramping. Now, some of the competitive bodybuilders are going to be stubborn and say, oh, no water, I want to stay dry. Those guys have to go to the hospital because they're stubborn. And the guys that drink this, a little bit of water, a little bit of carbohydrates, and of course the quinine, will actually prevent all the cramping, make them look a little bit fuller, because they always, by the time you start cramping, you overdid the diuretics, right? So you're completely dehydrated and your electrolyte balance is completely off. By just having 1 can of these, full, hard, dry, and dense, on stage, top 5. Yeah, it's... That's how it always plays out. So, anyway, let's bring it back to the workout. So what I've done, I've only done 2 workouts so far, but I noticed a definite improvement in contractile capacity, especially towards the end, because now the electrolyte balance within the muscle cells is maintained. I still take taurine for osmotic pressure. So that's the osmotic pressure regulation between the extracellular space and the intracellular space. When you take taurine, you lose a little bit of the pump. But now that I'm on carbohydrates and taking pump products, more plates, more dates, grillamide nitrate, creatine, sodium nitrate, glycerol. I add a lot of electrolytes. I add some taurine. Man, even the citrulline malate gives you a little bit of a pump. So all these things contribute. And of course, all the carbohydrates that I'm on right now, you might have noticed the volumization over the last 2 weeks. All these carbohydrates and all these pump products gives you a great, great, great workout. But you'll still lose a little bit of electrolytes towards the end. That's why I want to incorporate this to make sure that the electrolyte balance and the contractile capacity stays solid towards the end of the workout, which in both workouts that I've done so far is definitely the case. But I can't say if the carbohydrates in this normal tonic water contribute, to the increased stamina and the contractile capacity, because I don't have diet tonic water available. That's why I'm asking you guys to give a little bit of a comparison. Why don't we all try normal tonic water for a week and see if the contraction towards the end of the workout is more intense? You'll get to move more weight. You just get a better mind-muscle connection. You get a couple extra reps in. Could be from the carbohydrates, could be from the quinine. And then the second week, you'll switch to diet tonic water. Hopefully one of you guys will send it to me, but I doubt it'll be arriving anytime soon before this experiment is over. So in the second week, you'll switch to diet tonic water. There's no carbohydrates in there, but there's still quinine, obviously, and, a little bit of carbonation. Carbonation does lower blood acidity levels, similar to baking soda, sodium bicarbonate. But it shouldn't be that much, it's just a little bit. In both cases are carbonated, so I highly doubt there will be any difference in both scenarios, besides the carbohydrates that are found in normal tonic water and not in diet tonic water. So you guys can let me know if there's a difference between normal tonic water and diet tonic water, or that the contractile capacity is exactly the same, and then we can see or conclude that that's because of the quinine. And I'm sure some of you guys have drank plenty of tonic water in the form of gin and tonic in your days. I sure have. It's always a fun drink with a black light because, of course, the quinine lights up in the black light, and now you got this fluorescent drink that you can enjoy. And you're easy to recognize from across the club because you just raise your glass of gin and tonic, and then everybody can find you. Just an old school trick for you guys who are still clubbing, still going out. Can't find your buddy? Send him a text, raise your glass. Easy to find, as long as there's a black light in the nightclub. So basically the experiment is going to be like this. 1 week on normal tonic water and 1 week on diet tonic water. During those 2 weeks, you don't change anything. You don't change your PED protocol. You don't change your supplementation protocol. Whatever pre-workout you were doing, whatever diet you were doing, whatever electrolyte intake you were doing before we start this experiment, you just keep doing exactly the same. Hopefully you guys follow some sort of progressive overload or log your workouts so you know exactly how much weight you're pushing for each exercise and how many reps. And then hopefully over the progression of 2 weeks, you see a noticeable improvement for each and every body part and every exercise, especially towards the end of your workout. And if you only get a better mind-muscle connection and a better contraction and you're limping the next of the day because you got so much soreness, hey man, that's already a great result. And this financially is not a deal breaker. So 7 bottles of this and 7 bottles of diet tonic water, I don't think that's very expensive. So you guys let me know. Send me a message on Instagram at Vigorous Steve. You can start messaging me right away. Tag me with your new diet tonic water intro pre-workout. You can decide how you want to take it. Drink the whole can before the workout or drink it with your water throughout the workout. I've tried both methods. The contractile capacity and stamina boost was about the same. So, but again, it's only 2 workouts. So I tried intra-workout the whole can. Made me a little bit burpy. And then the second time, I let the carbonation out overnight. I added it to my water, which I drink, throughout the workout and, turn it to an intra-workout basically. Both methods gave me a similar stamina boost and similar contractile capacity. So I don't think there's a difference either or. Just whatever method you decide to do, just keep it consistent throughout those 2 weeks that we're experimenting with this. I know a lot of you guys, I've seen the messages, literally hundreds of them, about ubiquinol pre-workout and how much it's changed the rest duration between working sets, how much more energetic you feel towards the end of the workout. And some guys find it beneficial in their sex life as well. I get some funny messages every day. But at least it's good to know that everybody's enjoying the ubiquinol so far. So whether that's a 200 milligram, 300 milligram, or 400 milligrams of ubiquinol pre-workout, So far, all the messages that I've got were positive. Everybody noticed some sort of benefit, whether that's a shortened rest time, increased workout capacity, by increasing a few reps, or running for further in the same amount of time. Everybody noticed some sort of benefit. So I'm happy that everybody joined into that experiment, basically, once I mentioned the ubiquinol a couple months ago. So let's try another experiment. Quinine. See if it's beneficial. Maybe it's not. Maybe it is. But those 2 workouts that I've had so far were pretty freaking intense. And I hope you guys will get the same benefit because, quinine is easy to find. And especially diatonic water, it's not going to detract from your, caloric restrictions. So if you have any caloric restrictions, just start with the diatonic water. No need to, for the sake of this study or a community experiment, no need to drink tonic water with a lot of carbohydrates. I don't want you to change anything to your macro breakdown, basically. The only thing I want to find out is this quinine is really as beneficial as I've noticed so far. So over the next 2 weeks, please send me your results. Let me know how it's working for you, if it's working at all. If it's not working, let me know also. I'll try to comprise everything into some sort of analysis and then draw a conclusion in about 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, when everybody updated me with their changes in their protocols and see if they, got more contractile capacity, added a few reps, got a better mind-muscle connection, added more weight, etc. And then I'll draw a conclusion and see if tonic water or diatonic water is a suitable intra or pre-workout, just like ubiquinol is. So thank you guys so much for joining in. If you want to join in, if you don't want to join in, that's fine. Just stay tuned for the results. We'll be online relatively soon. And then hopefully we get some sort of results. I guess we'll figure it out in 2 weeks. I'll combine my results with the results you guys send into and then draw a conclusion and post it online. So fingers crossed for the next 2 weeks. Hope everybody has an awesome workout and learned something new in this video. And feel free to join in. Just send me your messages. Let me know. Tag me on your social media story on Instagram or Facebook. And I would love to know. Let me know what you think about this experiment in the comments fields. Thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll see you in the next video.